Good morning. Let's see the next concept, that is pricing of material issue. Pricing of material issue means whenever the materials purchased or materials received from the suppliers at a different prices on different dates at a different quantities, the management has to decide at what price these materials should be issued to the production department. So we are following four major methods to issue the materials from stores to production department. One is FIFO method, the second one is LIFO method, third one is simple average price method, and fourth one is weighted average price method. It means at what price from the stores to production department the materials should be issued. So the first method is FIFO method, first in, first out method. It means whatever the materials purchased first should be issued first to the production department. This method is based on the assumption that materials which are purchased first are issued first. Which are the materials which will be purchased earlier, which are purchased for first, that should be issued first. It uses the price of the first batch of materials purchased for all issues until all the units from this batch have been issued. After the first batch is fully issued, the price of the next batch received becomes the issue price. It means whenever you are making an issue, at what price you have to consider means at the first purchased price should be considered, and till the first purchase units got exhausted or till the first purchased units got completed, the first purchased units price should be considered for the issue of materials. After the completion of first purchased units, the next purchase or the next batch of units purchased price should be considered for the issue price. The materials are issued according to the chronological order of purchase or the receipts from the beginning of the period. You have to maintain the chronological order whenever you are making the store's ledger. So what are the advantages of FIFO method? It's a based on the realistic assumption that materials which are purchased first are to be issued first as per the respective purchase rate. Whatever the materials which are purchased first, that should be issued first. So this is a realistic assumption, and on that purchase rate we will consider the issue of materials to the production departments. Materials are issued at actual cost price. Here the materials are issued to the production department at the acquisition cost or purchase price or actual cost price. Closing stock is valued at cost as well as the latest market prices. The balance stock, the closing stock should be valued at both the cost or the latest market prices. This is a very simple and easy to operate. So this method is very simple method and you can easily operate this method. Disadvantages of FIFO method: materials are not charged at the current market price. So I told the materials are here considered at the cost prices, actual cost prices, not at the current market prices. Therefore, in times of rising prices, charge to production is low. So in times of, if there is an increase in the price of the commodities or price of the materials, there is a production cost or production charge will be considered as very less. When transactions are large in number, there is a possibility of clerical errors in calculating the price. So if the transactions are very small, you can apply this method. If the transactions are very much large, you are having large transactions, then there is a possibility of clerical errors while applying this method. So let's see the FIFO problems. So first, whenever you are doing the, here under FIFO problems or all methods of material issue, you have to prepare stores ledger account. So whenever you are preparing the stores ledger account, you have to take all the transactions in a chronological order, in a date wise. So here they have given in a chronological order only. If they have given in jumbled, here they will give March 2nd, after they will give March 7th, after they will give March 5th. If it is jumbled, then you have to first assemble the dates in a chronological order. As per the chronological order only, you have to prepare the store's ledger account. The following transactions occur in the purchase and issue of a material. Here they have given the list of transactions for the purchase and issue of material. January 2nd purchased 4,000 units at rupees 4 per unit. Here, whenever you are preparing the store's ledger account, purchases will be considered as a receipts. So all the purchases should be recorded on the receipts column and issues should be recorded on the issue column. And January 20th, once again we are purchasing 500 units at rupees 5 per unit. So 4,000 will be the number of units or quantity of materials purchased. 4 rupees the rate per unit of materials. And once again, January 20th, we are purchasing 500 units. See, this is the 4,000 units is the first purchase. 500 units is the second purchase. February 5th issued 2000 units. So February 5th we are issuing 2000 units. Now you have to tell at what price these 2000 units will be issued to the production department. Whether at rupees 4 or whether at rupees 5. This should be prepared using the FIFO method. Whether we can use 4 rupees or 5 rupees, it depends on the FIFO method. February 10th purchased 6,000 units at rupees 6 per unit. So once again we are making the purchase, that is 6,000 units at rupees 6. February 12th issued 4,000 units. So February 12th we are making an issue. Now you have to decide at what price these 4,000 units will be issued to the production department. Whether at rupees 4, whether at rupees 5, whether at rupees 6. Then March 2nd, once again we are making the purchase, that is 1,000 units. March 5th, once again we are, March 2nd, once again we are issuing, that is 1,000 units. And March 5th, once again we are issuing 2,000 units. You have to decide at what price these issues should be made to the production department. March 15th, once again we are making the purchase, that is 4,500 units at rupees 5.50 per unit. March 20th, we are making an issue, that is 3,000 units. From the above, prepares the store's ledger account using FIFO method. See, whenever you are making the store's ledger account, whenever you are preparing the store's ledger account using FIFO method, you have to prepare and store's ledger account on the basis of these format. First, you have to consider the date column, the receipts, under receipts, what the quantity you are purchasing, at what rate, and what is the value. Like that, issue column, what's the quantity you are issuing to the production department, at what price these issues should be made, and what is the value. And the balance, what is the remaining balance? Balance in quantity, rate, and amount. So every transaction should be considered separately. The first transaction is January 2nd, we are making the purchase. Purchase means I told it will be considered as a receipts. So 4,000 units at rupees 4 per unit. So first we will record the first transaction. If you are having any opening stock balance or previous year closing stock balance, that should be recorded. In this problem, there is no opening stock or opening balance. So we will directly move on to the first transaction, that is January 2nd. In the date column, write the date, January 2nd, we are making the purchase. Purchase means you have to record it in the receipts column. What's the quantity we are purchasing? 4,000 units. At what price? That is 4 rupees. So if you want to calculate the amount, multiply these two. 4,000 into 4, the value will be 16,000. So in our balance, we are having the 4,000 units at rupees 4 the total value will be 16,000. So till these 4,000 units will be issued to the production department, the price to be considered for the issue will be 4 rupees. After the completion of all the 4,000 units, the next batch of purchase will be considered for the issue price. Now, the first transaction will be over. We are recorded in the receipts column 4,000 units purchased, 4 rupees 16,000, and that will be shown in the balance also, because from this balance only we are making the issue. 4,000 units, 4 rupees 16,000. Then the second transaction will be January 20th. Once again we are making the purchase, that is 500 units at rupees 5 per unit. So the second transaction, write the date January 20th. How many units we are purchasing? Purchases means you have to record it in the receipts column. 500 units. What's the price? 5 rupees. Total amount will be 2,500. Now we are having two purchases. Whenever if you are following FIFO method, the previous balance also you have to show here. So first purchase will be 4,000 units, 4 rupees, total value will be 16,000, and now we have made new purchase, that is 500, 5 rupees, 2,500. We have recorded all the true transactions. Next is February 5th, we have issued 2,000 units. So February 5th, we are making issue. So issue means you have to record it in the issue column. So February 5th, it's not the receipt, it's a issue column. So in the receipt column, show it as nil. So how many quantity we are issuing to the production department? 2,000 units. FIFO method means first purchased material should be considered first for issuing the materials to the productions department. So here the first purchase material will be 4,000 units. So how many units we are making issue? That is 2,000. Can we issue 2,000 units from the 4,000 units? Yes, we can issue all the 2,000 units from the first purchase itself. So at what price? Now you have to consider the first purchase price, that is 4 rupees. So issue units will be 2,000. The first purchase price under FIFO method means you have to consider the first purchase price until all the units under the first purchased units will be completed. So here the first purchase price will be 4 rupees. So 2,000 into 4, you will get 8,000. Now see the balance. Out of 4,000 we have already issued 2,000. The remaining balance will be 2,000 units. What is the rate? 4 rupees. The value will be 2,000 into 4, 8,000. And still we have not issued 500 units. So you have to show this also. The balance, that is second purchase, still we are having 500 units, 5 rupees, 2,500. So whenever you are making an issue, the first purchase price should be considered here until the 4,000 units will be issued to the production department. The unit price will be considered as 4. After the completion of all the units under first purchase, that is 4,000 units, the next price, that is next purchase price, will be considered for the next issues. Now the next transaction will be February 10th. Once again we are making the purchase, that is 6,000 units at rupees 6 per unit. So I told if they have given purchase means you have to record it in the receipts column. How many units we are purchasing? The date will be February 10th, 6,000 units at the price of 6 rupees. So 6,000 into 6, you will get 36,000. It's not the issue, so show it as nil in the issue column. Now the balance should be considered from the previous. Still from the first purchase we are having 2,000 units balance at rupees 4, 8,000 units, and from the second purchase still we are having the units 500 units, 5 rupees, 2,500, and we have made new purchase, that is third purchase, that is 6,000 units, 6 rupees, 36,000. So whenever you are making the next issue, out of 2000 units, you have to issue. Then the next transaction will be February 12th, we are making an issue that is 4000 units. So February 12th, now February 12th, we are making the issue. It means you have to show it in the issue column. So how many units we have to issue? That is 4000 units. See the first purchased units. If you are having any units balance in the first purchased units, at that price only you have to consider. If all the units got over under first purchase, then you have to consider the second purchased units. So here still we are having under the first purchase 2000 units balance. So issue this first. So out of 4000 we are issuing 2000 at rupees first purchase price, that is 4 rupees. So 2000 into 4, 8000, and still I want 2000. See, out of 4000 you have issued only 2000. Then still I want 2000. We will move on to second purchase. Why means from the 4000 we have issued all the 4000 units now. Now for the first purchased units, all the 4000 units will be issued. Now we will move on to the second purchase. What's the number of units we have purchased in the second purchase? That is 500 units at rupees 5. So write down here 500 units at rupees 5, 2500. Now out of 4000 we have issued 2000 from the first purchase. So there itself the first purchased 4000 units got over. So we move on to the second purchase. Second purchased units balance will be only we are having 500. Still I want 1500 units. It means out of 4000 we have issued only 2500 units. Still you want 1500 units to issue to the production department. That will be issued from the third purchase. Now the first purchased units, second purchased units full completely over. We are having only the third purchased units, that is 6000. Out of 6000 we need only the issue quantity of 1500. So issue 1500 at what price? 6 rupees. So 1500 into 6 rupees, 9000. Now first purchase, second purchase will be over. Now out of 6000 for the from the third purchase we have issued 1500. The remaining balance will be 4500 at rupees 6. The total value will be 27000. So until the first purchased units got over, you have to issue at the first purchase price. After the completion of full units from the first purchase, the next purchase will be considered. After the completion of second purchase also, the next third purchase will be taken for consideration for issuing the materials to the production department. Now the next transaction will be March 2nd. Once again we are making an issue that is 1000 units. Now remember you are having only one balance, that is 4500, 6 rupees, 27000. So now you have to issue from this balance only, that is 1000 units you have to issue. At what price you will consider? We are having only one balance, that price only you have to consider, that is third purchase, 6 rupees. So 1000 into 6 you will get 6000. The balance out of 4500 you have issued 1000 units, the balance will be 3500. So from the quantity, balance quantity, you have to deduct the issue quantity. You will get the balance quantity or balance units. 3500 at rupees 6. The total value will be 3500 into 6. You will get 21,000. Now March 5th. Once again we are making an issue, that is 2000 units. So we are having only one balance, that is 3500. So we will issue from this only. The issue quantity will be 2000. At what price you will consider? Here only one price will be there, that is 6 rupees. 2000 into 6 you will get 12,000. So out of 3500 balance, if you issue 2000, The remaining balance will be 1500 at rupees 6. So you will get 1500 into 6, you will get 9000. Now March 15th, once again we are making the purchase, that is 4500 units at rupees 5.50. I told if they have given purchase means it should be considered as a receipts. March 15th, write the date. How many units we are purchasing? 4500 at rupees 5.5. The total value will be 4500 into 5.5. You will get 24,750. Now whenever you are writing the balance, first you have to show the remaining balance of previous purchase if you are having. If you are not having, directly write the 4500. If you are having any balance remaining in the previous purchase, that should be shown first. So in the previous purchase, first purchase, second purchase got over. From the third purchase, still we are having 1500 units at rupees 6. The total value will be 9000, and the new purchase, that is 4500, 5.5, total value will be 24,750. The next transaction will be March 20th. We are making an issue, that is 3000 units. So March 20th, we are making an issue. Now, how many quantities we are issuing, or how many units we are issuing? The total units will be 3000. How you will issue this? From the first purchase got over, second purchase got over, third purchase still you are having. So you have to consider this for the first preference. So out of these two balances, the first preferred or earliest purchase should be considered first. So out of 3000, 1500 units will be issued at rupees 6. That is total value will be 9000. Still I want remaining 1500, that will be issued from 4500 units. So out of 4500, you will issue the remaining 1500 units at what price? 5.5. So 1500 into 5.5, you will get total as 8250. So 1500 units will be completed fully. Now we are having only the balance, that is out of 4500 we have issued 1500. The remaining balance will be 3000 units at rupees 5.5. The total value will be 3000 into 5.5, that is 16,500. FIFO method means until the first purchased units got over, the first purchase unit price will be considered. After the first purchase units fully completed, the next purchase price will be taken into consideration. First purchase price, second purchased units will be completed. The next third purchased units will be considered, and the third purchase price will be taken for the issue price. So until the completed units got over, the next receipts will be, or the next purchases will be considered for the issue price. So you have to see, if they have given purchase, you have to consider it as a receipt, and whenever you are making an issue, see that you have to consider the earliest purchased units first. So at last, whatever the balance after recording of all the transaction, the balance value you will get, that will be considered as a closing stock. So the balance of stock in hand will be 3000 units at rupees 5.50. The total value will be 16,500. Thank you.